Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So as you can see here, I have a Magna Carta pen for unboxing review. I've had this as of recording this video for about a month, and I've been playing around with it, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with this. So I think if we take a look here, I bought this from Goulet Pens because it was a Goulet exclusive. This is a Magna Carta Mag 600 in Azure. It's a fine flex, one piece, 420 US dollars. I didn't get any discount. I had to pay import tax to get it into the UK as well. But I think let's remove it from the outer cardboard sleeve, and then you'll see the inner box there. And if we open that box, the lid will come off, and you'll see here it has the pen, and also a card, warranty card, although it's not filled out, so it doesn't say the model number or anything on that card, and then the bottom doesn't lift. It's a integral bottom there. Now let's show you the pen in a little bit more detail. I really like the look of this. This is quite an interesting pen. It reminds me of the stacked celluloid, but it's not celluloid, it's resin. Now, each of what these circles or discs are have to be cut out and glued together and then shaped into a pen. It's a lot of work, but it has a great reward for it. And I'm really glad that Magna Carta are doing this. I've not seen many people doing this. There have been some that do some, like custom pen makers that do they take skateboards and ground them up, and you have a very similar style effect, but it's normally a lot thicker disc here, or pattern. The cap finial, really, there's not a lot there. You have the old style vintage sort of riveted clip here, a ball clip. The body or the cap is very cylindrical, and it comes down to this Magna Carta cap band, and then steps down only slightly to the body, and then starts to taper down about here to the end cap, which again, nothing there. Now if I unscrew the body, you will see a Magna Carta nib. Now this is supposed to be a 14 karat gold nib. I think it is. It feels like it's 14 karat gold nib to me. It's not marked though, and I think that's the only issue. Now I have seen more recently though, the nibs coming out from Magna Carta are stamped 14 karat gold. I'm pretty sure this is 14 karat gold, and you have an ebonite feed there as well. And if I unscrew the body, you'll see the converter there. It's a shame that it's not just or it is just a converter, and it's not a piston or a vac filling pen, or I guess you could eyedropper it. There's no metal there, but I want to say that I would want to be careful of it staining the pen, but I don't think any of this actually is completely transparent, so you're probably not going to see it stained from the outside. So you probably could eyedropper this if you wanted to, but I do find that it's a flex nib, and it goes through a lot of ink, and I will show that to you. But in the size of my hand though, this is actually a very decent size. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter than it was when I looked at the specs on the Goulet Pen website. Very glad that I picked this up. It really reminds me more of vintage flex. And I've got a lot of different flex nibs. I have Omar's Extra Flexibile. I have the newer Scribo flex nibs as well in 14 karat gold. But for me though, I do find that this is a really, really lovely pen. So I think with that, let's do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at 150 millimeters long. So this is quite a long pen. The length of the cap, we're looking at about 65 millimeters in length. And if I unscrew the body, and then we do a check on the body, we're looking at about 138 millimeters long. So that is quite a long pen, and you can definitely see that in my hand. You can post a cap, but it's really not posting at all. I would say it's really not. So it's not really designed to be posted. You might get it on there, but I would be worried that it will fall off. I think let's do a weight check. So the full weight of the pen inked up, we're looking at just over 27.5 grams in weight. The weight of the cap is just under 11 grams in weight. And then the weight of the body, I have to stop it rolling, is around 17 grams in weight. So a fairly light pen, not the heaviest pen that I have, and maybe not the lightest pen, but it is actually quite a good weight. I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Visconti Opera Master Crimson Tide, a Visconti Opera Master Golden Dust, a Visconti Watermark, a classic pen CP5 called the Vintage, made by Parker, a classic pen CP5 in the Modern. We have the Magna Carta, and this is the Mag 600 in Azure. We have the Visconti Homo Sapiens London Fog, a Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Swirl, a Visconti Homo Sapiens Blue Lagoon, and a Visconti Homo Sapiens Jade. So I think let's do a writing sample. Now, I'm actually going to use Tomoe River. I don't normally do it for writing samples, but I wanted to show you this flex nib pen, and I know that Oxford Optic paper will really feather with this pen. So this is, I've got Oxford Optic paper underneath, so you can see a grid there. This is the Magna Carta Mag 600, and it's the flex, and you can see there, that's quite a lot of flex. Technically it is a fine nib, and it's a 14 cat gold nib. Now the ink in here today is Waterman, and it's Inspired Blue, which normally actually is a lot lighter than this, but I think because this is quite a wet nib. Now, in terms of line variation, it's difficult to say. If I really don't apply any pressure, I'd almost say it's bordering on an extra fine. Now, if I start to apply a bit more pressure, you can see you get a lot of line variation out of this pen. It really is a beautiful nib. And if I continue those lines, you will see there's no hard starts or skips after that flexing. So it really is an interesting nib. Now, in terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. Yeah, it's quite a wet nib. But you can see here that I can go from at that point it will start to railroad. But this is a really, really flexible nib. So I have to take it off to my hat off to Magna Carta for making this pen. This really is not only a beautiful pen to look at, but it's a beautiful flex nib pen. Really, really am liking this. It really reminds me of vintage flex. And I know a lot of people say, the modern flex nibs are nothing like the vintage flex nibs. But honestly, this is getting close, if not close enough, at least for me. This doesn't railroad. It did a little bit here, but I was really pushing that hard, and I was pushing it quite fast as well. If I'd gone slower with that, it probably would have kept up. What do I like? What do I not like about the pen? Well, I absolutely love this stacked sort of resin that Magna Carta have created here. I like the size of it. I like everything about this pen, honestly. I love that 14 karat gold nib. What do I dislike? I think it could have been better if it didn't have a cartridge converter in, because I will write about a page of A4 and I will be out of ink. It is a super wet pen. The other thing I think, which I think they have now corrected from what I've seen on other pens recently, at least online anyway, that the nib, this one isn't stamped with 14 karat. The newer versions of the batch of nibs are stamped with 14 karat. So I don't know if that was just an oversight, or if Magna Carta then realised that they needed to do this. I know I've been talking to a number of people, including a friend, Joe Vitolo, and we've been talking about this. I know he did reach out to Hiran at Magna Carta and mentioned it to him as well. It's good to see that they're now stamping it 14 karat, but this one isn't stamped 14 karat, but it really is a 14 karat gold flex nib, or at least close to 14 karat, I would think. That those tines are not, they are very springy tines, but they are not splaying. They are bouncing back very, very nicely. So there you have it. That's my unboxing and review of the Magna Carta Mag 600 Flex Nib pen in stacked resin in a 14 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.